And now the holidays are over and everybody's tired of being a good person. Welcome back. So, today I thought, jumping back into things, why not do a Celtic Cross spread for a collective January reading? That's something that I would be interested in. The second that I push play to start filming, my animals think, since they don't see anybody else in this house and they know that I'm alone because I'm a loser, they're like, she must be talking to me. And so now they're all like coming towards me. Even the cat came over here and was trying to get in front of the laptop. I had to get the spray bottle. I don't squirt her unless it's absolutely necessary, but sometimes I just go like that and I make a fake noise and she's like, ah, because she was gonna start coming in front. Anyway, I know I'm a horrible person. It's fine. So, Celtic Cross for January. That's where I'm going to start out with that, but I've already got some other January ideas, New Year ideas that I want to go into, but we shall start with a basic Celtic Cross for January, collective reading for everyone, for all signs. I want to do January for each zodiac as well. I know I'm going to be doing pick a cards. I also want to do love readings for each zodiac. And I'll talk about that in the love reading video, but just because you might be married or partnered for many years doesn't mean that the love reading is not for you because you don't have a profile on Bumble. Like, no, it's for relationships in general. It can even apply to you and your mama. And I'm assuming you and your mama aren't bumping uglies. Trigger warning if anybody's like, oh, she don't know my history. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. No judgment to anybody. Oh God, this is the South after all. Sometimes people say incest is best. Why go across the street when you can go across the hall? Hey, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Bad jokes, bad jokes. I am irreverent. Right. So, we're not going to take this card because we're going to go ahead and set the intention. I would like to do a collective read. Okay. A collective read for everyone for January 2021 energies. January 2021 energies. Celtic Cross for January 2021 energies. That was too many cards that flipped. Alright. Whoa. Okay. Let's see. This one came out in Runes Talk, Merkstave. Sometimes I flick it and just... Okay. Both times I did it, it came out in the reverse. So we'll go in the reverse. Do you see what kind of a science tarot reading is with Alma? Right. Believe me, everybody's got their own process. I've got salt all over my table. I was eating McDonald's French fries. And I put extra salt on them from my cabinets because I was like, y'all don't salt this enough. Okay? I'm trying to have a coronary in 2021 apparently. So, the situation is the Lovers in the reverse. So, as a collective January reading, you know, this is the card of Gemini. And I am not B. Okay, I'm not my sister. She does the more tea with like external situations, and I tend to deal with the internal world. But I can't help but to think the thought that came to my mind is Trump is a Gemini, and this is in the reverse. And so it does, for some reason, the first thing that came up in my mind was like, uh-oh, January could have some interesting shit going on with an unhappy Trump, and with it being with it being an inaugural month, that is something that crosses my mind. It is something that crosses my mind. But if we're bringing it to the internal, this can also I'm going to give context from the rest of the thing, but it's still, okay, hang in there. This can also be a situation where it can be love upsets. So in your personal life, your loved ones, doesn't have to be your boo thing, your main squeeze. Could be, like I said, your mama, your pets, anything where there's some kind of like an upset, a rock in the boat. It can also be a major decision that we're coming to, either collectively in the world or you personally, a major decision that you're coming up against. And it's like torn, torn factions, and we can't decide, which also, to me, I'm sorry, it just comes off political to me, and I'm not even comfortable with trying to do political reads because I don't watch the news. I don't do the typical things to stay informed. So I don't like talking about things that I know I'm ignorant about because I know that I don't know, I'm not going to be talking about all that. Too many no's. Okay. So crossing the situation. Let's get some context. Crossing the situation. Crossing the situation, please. Okay. Crossing the situation, we have the Knight of Wands in the upright. So if this is, just taking it here, if this is a romantic relationship read, this energy generally is kind of like fuckboy energy. This is kind of that non-committal person that comes in and sweeps you off your feet, and just when you catch those feelings, he's out the door again, and you're like, excuse me? Oh, I know you didn't just ghost me after we did it. Yeah. So sometimes in relationship reads, that can be a little bit concerning, especially with the lovers in reverse. Also, the lovers can be a committed relationship upside down. So perhaps a divorce. This can be cheating even. But again, we're not going to get all that heavy. You don't have to make things fit if they don't fit for you. Yay. That's the rule with tarot. There's so many different storylines because this is a general read for everybody. But this can be a bit of a very fast moving energy that just kind of like throws a monkey wrench into it. Okay. A monkey wrench that kind of scrambles things. It doesn't have to be a bad scramble, but the fact that the Lover's card is in reverse, I have a tendency to believe that this is a shake 'em up kind of an energy. Passionate. Really, this feels like some kind of rush in there, some vital force. It's like, boom, it's in your face. You're not going to miss this. And it's just kind of like, just take you by storm kind of an energy. So let's see. In our subconscious minds, in the collective subconscious, what kind of energy are we feeling here? Collective subconscious. Whoa, hello. Hello, okay. Too many things trying to, okay, but that's really wanting to flip. Okay, so we'll take it. So in the collective subconscious, we have the Ace of Cups, but it's in the upright. So to me, this is people that are just, they're kind of tired of being tired. Is the way that I feel about this. It's like, can't we all just get along? Can't we all just kumbaya now? It's like the war to end war, if that even makes sense. That's what's coming to my mind. The war to end wars. Sounds a little bit contradictory because why would you wage a war to end wars? But for some reason, that's what's coming up to my mind. The war to end all wars. I'm not saying World War III with a nuclear blast to take off half the planet. I'm not saying that. God, this is why I can't do YouTube. I'd be so censored by now. I've already said 100 different no words. Who cares? So, but I think this is a collective yearning for more peace, more harmony, because again, we've got the two doves. This is about peace. This is about messages. So there's definitely some kind of emotional communication coming through. But when I see two doves and they're separate and they're facing each other. So to me, it feels like duality or polar opposites, and they're coming together holding the peace sign, like, please. Like, this is not agree to disagree. I take issue with agree to disagree because that's basically saying, let's agree to continue sweeping something under the rug. Because basically there's no resolution in agree to disagree. This is very much so wanting an actual resolution, wanting something where it's like, no, this is like, we want a real peace treaty. We don't want just agree to disagree so that we can, 5 minutes down the road, have another trigger topic come up and explode into an argument again because it was never actually resolved. This is something where people are like, it's enough. Like we want it to stop. So let's see here. Over here is the recent past. Recent past energies. I think we're all aware of the recent past energies, but let's just see what this tarot wants to say. Go ahead, swap it. I feel you. Right. Recent. Whoa. Okay. Recent past energies. He actually came out in the reverse. Six of Wands in the reverse. So this is a fall from grace, feeling not victorious. What is the opposite of not victorious? Like you lost. A fall from grace, feeling like you lost. So this, to me, is a very good card to categorize all of 2020 in a nutshell. Of course there's positive moments of 2020. I'm not going to paint the whole year as shit. I'm not, because if you look, you will find silver linings in anything. But I'm not going to be Pollyanna either and gaslight everybody who's had negative experiences. I'm not doing that either. But this can be like, we had a fall from grace. We felt shook up. We felt like, hey, there's not a lot to celebrate about. There's not a lot to brag about. We're not feeling very victorious in any of this. It feels like unseated, like being unseated. Again, if we're talking about like a political type thing, a Trumpian type thing, this does look like people that would have been in a position of power, a position of victory, becoming unseated in that. Having a fall from grace. You used to be Mr. Braggadocious. Oh, you used to be. Look, you can tell I've had caffeine. Like, try to hold the card with one hand. Jitters. Let me do this. But now you ain't shit. No, it's not about that you ain't shit. It's just, hey, fall from grace. That's what I see it as. All right. All right, up here in our conscious awareness, I'm not counting that because my hair made that fall out. That's my fault. Let me get my nasty ass hair out of the way. Okay. Whoa. Well, that one flew out. That is, oof, the World in the reverse. So on our conscious minds, we have that sense of non-completion. There's unfinished business still. It's not complete yet. So it's like, as much as we want January to be like, new year, new me, like 2020 is done, 2020 is over, bye, low-key F 2020, all that, we want it to be that, but it's not. Y'all, it's not. The same energies from 2020 are most certainly driving into January of 2021. It's not closed. And we in January are very fully aware of the fact that the chapter is not closed yet. And this is a chapter that is affecting the entire world. This is not just something that's, only affecting our own personal lives in the collective. No, as the collective, we are speaking on behalf of the entire world. So we're not escaping anything. So if you're trying to do a lot of escapist shit, it's not going to help. It's not going to bring about any harmony, any resolution. Escapist stuff is not the answer right now. These energies are coming in because we are still needing to work with them. There's still some transmutation. There's still some alchemical type things that we need to do. When I say alchemical, just for people who might not be aware when I'm talking like this, because it's like, she's saying very abstract stuff, and who even knows what she's saying. Alchemy is kind of like taking something shit and leveling it up into something better. The classic example is like taking like a metal that nobody cares about, like trash metal, and turning it into gold. And so in this situation, it's like we have garbage. We might be inheriting some kind of garbage energy, something that's low vibe, something that's not the way we want it. And it's like, it has not yet been transformed into something that we want it to be at the level that we want it to be. It's not gold. It's not. And so it's very much so part of our awareness that those energies are still coming in here. We have stuff that we are responsible for. We are still responsible for taking this energy and making something different with it. It will not magically change because a new year is out. It will not magically change because our structures are still governed by the same people. They're still following the same protocol, the same design that they've always been. We might be making the same damn decisions in our relationships instead of trying something new and doing something different, pulling out of our old patterns, all this kind of crap. So all of this is very much so here. All right. Near future. Ooh, this is when people start getting anxious. What's it going to say for the near future? Oh, Lord. Okay. Near future's energies. Near future, January 2021 collective energy. Oh, shiza. Right, you bastard. Why'd you have to come out, you bastard? Okay, 5 of Swords in the upright. This is fighting, man. This is fighting. And not just fighting. This can be an epic gaslight. This can be, and again, I'm as much as I love to do internal energy readings, this is screaming external energies to me. This is screaming it. This looks like a classic gaslight where people are fighting. Again, we want it to stop, but people are fighting. There's energies, there's messy energy here that is not clear, messy, that people are fighting about it, and it's a mentally confusing type of a fight. And that's why I say gaslighting, because gaslighting is when somebody tries to tell you that your reality is not the way you perceive it. Oh, no, I didn't say that. You must be misremembering. Oh, it didn't go down like that. I think you probably just forgot that I said this instead of that. You know, oh, no, that's not what I meant. You know, you remember me saying this and that I meant this, but no, I didn't actually mean that. What I meant was this. And they try to do some revisionist history bullshit where they try to convince you that the way that you perceived a situation, the way that you interpreted a situation, the way that you processed and digested a situation is not the way it was. So you're left being like, okay, I'm confused then. Like, was I that off base, or did I not, like, is my memory that shot, or like did I get it all wrong, or am I just projecting? Is this my own, like, my own BS that I'm just projecting onto somebody then, and it's my fault? Like, don't get caught up in any of that shit on your own internal level or the world as a whole, because the world might even try to convince you that you didn't see what you saw, that you didn't hear what you heard, that it's not the way that you're starting to wake up and see it as, because you might be seeing things, the truth of things, for the way that they are. And there might be some red flags that people are calling bullshit on. And the people that are interested in maintaining the narrative the way they want it to be, so they can control mass perception, they're going to come at you and try to gaslight you to try to hide their shit. Don't fall for that. So if we have any type of, and I know I'm conspiratorial, guess what? If you're watching this channel, put your tin hat on, because that's me. That's me. If you don't like tin hat business, you need to not be here, because you're going to get tin hat business here. That's just what you're going to get. So tinfoil hat, get it snug, get it tight, wrap it all the way around. Okay. Because that's what I see here. I frankly, I see that. There's the fall from grace. People are wanting this to stop, but we've got this upset, this decision, this energy that's trying to just swoop in there, could be swooping in there to try to cover some shit up, try to confuse an issue. Because I definitely see confusing an issue, and I definitely see here we have two factions. Here we have, Here we have, you know, not no victory. This, and no victory to me feels like war. I've already said war, but you know, battling some kind of type thing. So I feel like Don't fall for any type of gaslight thing. If there's something that's exposed or there's some kind of you're a smart person. What you see, what you hear, what you know, what you feel in your gut, that's the truth. That's all I'm saying. All right, so let's see. How are you feeling? What are your energies in January of 2021? What are your energies? What? Your energies. I not want. You know, when I see this, the first thing I think of is I'm not going to eat the bullshit sandwich that you're trying to serve up. Like somebody's trying to serve you the bullshit sandwich and you're like, hard pass. Hard pass, doll. I mean, you're trying to make it sound like it's fucking good, but hard pass. I know what this is. I know what this is, and I think I can think for myself. Thanks. I know it's best for me. Thanks, though. I have my own brain. So thanks, though. That's what it feels like to me. You've got someone who's like, I know best. I am a higher power. I'm better than you. I am the authority figure. Take what I offer you. Look, promising. So promising. And you're like, yeah, but I've thought about it. Yeah, but I've meditated on it. I've realigned myself with my own core values, my own inner wisdom, and no thanks. That's a no thanks. Very good. I'm proud of you. Stay authentic to yourself. Stay authentic to yourself. So reevaluate. Be a critical consumer of information. That's what I see that as. And I encourage it. Okay, free thinker, not groupthink. Say no to groupthink. Okay, the environment. What energies are the environment trying to bring in for 2021? What energies are the environment? Or what energies is the environment? I mean, I guess you could screw English, right? English is confusing. I don't know it. Okay. Energies of the environment. Woo! We're not moving on though. We're not moving on. Again, this is echoing the world in reverse because this is saying unfinished business. It's not finished. Something is still needing to play out and resolve itself. And that's very clear here in the environment, still yet. So it's very much so in our cognitive awareness, our conscious awareness. We know. It's very clear. We know that it's not wrapped up yet. And there's still some confusing fussing to be done, and we are overall feeling like rejecting this and unhappy about it, and it's not moving on yet. And it's still the sword energy. It's still that same sword energy, this mental energy, this mental confusion. Are we going for the rainbow? Bitch, no, we not. Why are we paddling in the rapids? Gondola, please take a left. Take a left. So, in terms of a collective energy, we're still very much stuck here, okay? We don't have to be stuck. I don't want that to sound defeatist. We have choice in everything that we do. You are never actually truly stuck, even in situations where you are very limited. You can be very limited without being permanently stuck, just so you know. But in this card, I'm seeing us basically feeling that kind of mental confusion. We don't have clarity about something. We're not feeling like we're able to move on yet. We're still not out of the thick of it. We're still in the rocky waters. We have not yet gotten clear enough to make mental decisions that say, I'm done with it. We haven't. We want to. You can see that we want to, but we have not gotten there yet. So for whatever reason, we haven't. In a more personal situation, because again, I was saying this looks almost like, divorce or a relationship breakup and, even possible like third party type interactions, it could be like people not feeling like they, want to work on it. They're being gaslit by their partner. They want love, but they're stuck in the middle of it. There's no completion. And It's like maybe you want to leave the situation, but children are involved, and so that makes it a little bit stickier. And it's like, I can't really leave the situation because we got kids tangled up in all of this, and that makes things so much more difficult. And so, like, how do you do right by everyone? How do you do right by everyone? It's hard to have a victory in that energy. So, that in a very personal type storyline is very much here. So, I don't know if anybody watching can resonate with that, but that is something that's very much here as well. So, challenge. What is the challenge for January 2021 collective challenge? January 2021 collective challenge. Collective challenge. Fine. Okay. Collective challenge. Oh, Shiza. Right. Okay. Collective challenge. 10 of Pentacles in the upright. For this to be the challenge card really isn't that terrible because this is a happy card. This is a happy card saying, you know, you've got your family, you've got the house, you got the home, you got the money, all that kind of stuff. But with it being a challenge, to me, it's like a challenge to maintain that, perhaps, or to feel like you can completely clinch it is the feeling, the sense that I get with this. So, I mean, first of all, look at this man. He's sitting here like, look at them. They eating all the damn cheese in the fridge. I just bought that damn cheese. Like, God, you know, I just bought all these snacks. What? You done polished off all the Doritos? All the red kind? Like, damn, I just bought them snacks. Don't be telling me that you already wiped it all out. And the dogs want the red kind? God, quit begging. Didn't I teach you better than that? Get away from the table. I don't even know you right now. Forget you know me when I'm eating. That's what he's saying. But also a challenge, other than getting your dogs to obey. Another challenge, though, is feeling like you can create or maintain happy home, happy life. So, you know, for the person or people who are dealing with the more personal upset of this being a bit of a rocky situation with home and family and a personal relationship. And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Again, this can just be a family dynamic where there's family upset and families that are essentially fighting with each other and rejecting each other, and it's rocky and turbulent right now. The challenge is to try and bring harmony back into the home place. Try to get people to come back together to a mutual understanding. Understanding being the most important thing right here, because this is Pentacles. Pentacles is very grounded energy. This is, I want everything in the house to be in order. I need the people that are inside the house to be in order. So understanding is pivotal in bringing this kind of harmony back into balance. There's really no way to get all of the physical things to just kind of mesh if you have people going off and doing their own thing. There has to be a meeting of minds here. But that's on a more, again, internal level. On an external level, the challenge here can be, I still feel a bit of this trying to maintain the facade of happy home, happy life. Oh, everything's supposed to be good. Like they're trying to sell you on the fact that if you do this, if you think this, if you buy this, if you acquiesce to this, if you agree to this, it will make everything perfect. That's like the bullshit sandwich that they're trying to sell you. If we're putting our tinfoil hats back on, I told you, put it on tight and put it on all the way around, Cover the back of your head too. Your forehead and the back of your head, all the way. Tinfoil hat. They might be trying to sell you that, oh, if you just bought these products, or if you just said yes to these government policies, if you just passed this legislation, oh, it'll make everything perfect again. Oh, you know, this could easily be quarantining. You know, this is a home situation. Everybody's stuck at home. You got extended family, kids, dogs. You got everybody up in the house. Could easily be quarantining coming back into effect for areas that where it has come off. This could easily be homeschooling more. Schools are not coming back in. So that can be a challenge. Like, I said 1 + 1 = 2. Where are you getting those numbers from? Where are you getting? I'm not going to say it again. Get on your Zoom call. It's all that, man. It's all that. I wish I could not relate. I wish I could not relate. But yeah, for that to be in the challenge, I do think of it as being a challenge to maintain this. And this particularly feels like it could be a facade. It could be a facade. People could be wanting to convince you that this is the way it is, or this is the key to the happiness and for everything working out, and it's not. So I would be discerning with that. Just be discerning. So, most likely outcome. If no input changes, then what output can we expect? Most likely outcome for January 2021. Most likely outcome for January 2021. Most likely outcome. January. Oh, damn. Okay. Got myself the genie, the 9 of Cups in the reverse. I also spilled cards, so give me 1 second to clean. But they landed face down, so that's why I knew they weren't for us. Okay. So the mice talk, bitch. Okay. Most likely outcome, the 9 of Cups in the reverse. So this isn't a hugely happy outcome. Gotta say. I tell the truth here. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything, right? I don't. Why would I lie to y'all? I'm not super Debbie Downer either, but pardon to anybody named Debbie watching this. Okay. But this card is really saying that the overall energy of January perhaps won't feel the best. Won't feel emotionally the happiest. This is not a month where you feel like, oh, yay, the stars have aligned to work with me and facilitate everything that I want to facilitate. Like, this is, plans falling through, desires not coming to pass, wish fulfillment not necessarily being clinched. There's a general kind of like disappointment, upset about it. Here you got homeboy with his arms crossed. He's got his arms crossed. And down here you got your energy sitting there with your arms crossed, flap. That's what I'm just looking at here. Just off the card, you got him over here holding his headband like, God. So that vibe, that's the vibe I'm feeling. It doesn't have to be super negative, like, oh my gosh, everybody get in the bunker. Like, no, it doesn't have to be that bad. But there is kind of that general feeling of just like, ugh. So I want to get a clarifier on this guy. Let's do that. I don't want to get too many clarifiers because if I chase a story too long, we're going to be here for an hour, and I don't know if that's what people are necessarily wanting at this juncture. So we'll chase a little bit, but we won't chase too far. Okay. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Okay. Personal story, cock block. So in a more personal sense, it's like, there's trouble in paradise and our intimacy is at a full stop. So we're not really seeing eye to eye for that. And it doesn't have to just be physical intimacy. It can just be like just interpersonal intimacy. Because again, I could be talking about your mama. I could be talking about any kind of family where it's just like, we're not coming together and like having those really good, fulfilling, like sit down hangouts. It's just not happening. That sharing, that intimacy, it's just not coming together. But if we're looking on the external on a wider scale, again, it's just emotionally, we're not feeling emotionally fulfilled about it. There is a disappointment. There is this new beginning that's just not happening. It's not manifesting here. So it's like, again, we wanted January of 2021 to bring new energy, fresh start, new year, new me, and I'm gonna make everything I want happen. New Year's resolutions, yes. And it's like, well, maybe not collectively though. Maybe the energies are not necessarily as they are right now. Again, we have free will. We have the power to change this, shift this energetic dynamic within ourselves. Anything I'm saying here is not set in stone. Know this. The second that you say, well, screw that, I'm going to make it different, I think you're going to be able to shift this. But if we're not making radical changes to our mental states, because that's what it looks like, our mental states are what we need to start shifting first before any of these emotional things can start shifting. It has to be a mental shift before the emotional shift, because sometimes our emotions, we can't lead with our emotions. It's like you can't give what you don't have. So if you are feeling a little bit disheartened or a little bit despondent, or you've got kind of like holiday blues or New Year's blues or some kind of disappointment, or just a little bit unsettled, like I just don't feel good about it, I just feel unsettled, there's some kind of discord or like something that's not flowing right, and I can feel it, and it's got me feeling wonky and not, I'm just kind of feel out of sorts. If that's the predominant feeling state that you're in, you're not going to lie to yourself and be like, no, I'm going to pretend today's a good day. I'm just going to say 10 affirmations to myself in front of the mirror. Like, that's not going to fucking do it. You're not going to be able to lie to yourself. So sometimes you just have to change your mind about it and be like, okay, well, today I did a lot of couch sitting. Did that bring me the results I wanted? Just factually. Just factually. Nope, couch sitting did not equate to results I wanted, okay? So tomorrow is a brand new day. I'm going to actually put myself in the car and I'm going to do one project. Even if it's one project around this house that has been needing to be done, I'm going to go to Lowe's and I'm going to get the stuff and we're just going to do it. And if that gives you any sense of accomplishment for a task and can change any of this, it's going to start shifting the emotional stuff, because the emotion will follow that mental thought. The mental thought, the law of mentalism, there's a universal law of mentalism that says the thought precedes the physical manifestation. It starts first as a thought before you can turn it into the physical. So you just have to decide it. You have to decide it. Regardless of how I feel, I'm just going to go ahead and factually, in the real world, decide it and implement it. And then your emotions will reflect that change. And then we'll start seeing some of this stuff shift. That's just on a personal level. And that honestly is what I end up coming back to, even though a lot of people I know are interested in external tea. First of all, I never declare myself as a fortune teller. So, hey, that's one reason why I don't really talk about tea. But the secondary thing is, to me, I find external stuff to be inherently disempowering a bit, because you're talking about people that you don't know, that you never talk to, and that you cannot control in any way. It's like, how am I supposed to be able to control all of life's suffering? I can't control that. All I can control in the world, if you think of the world as a pie chart, you are one sliver of pie in this pie chart. So no, you are not going to be able to eradicate world suffering, but you can pull your slice out of the suffering pie. So if the world is, if this is a pie chart of suffering, you can pull your slice out and say, I don't participate, because you can control your slice. Now, even though you haven't changed the whole world by storm, you have made the pie smaller. You have, just by choosing to disengage in it. So your realm of control is here. And you change it here and it will reflect into the greater world. So I like to talk about internal energies just for the pure reason of empowerment. Something that you can actually do, and you will see and feel a remarkable change from the doing of it, from the changing of it, from the shifting of it. That alchemical transmutation that we talked about at the beginning of this video, which I know I'm starting to get back up in the pulpit. I know I'm back in the pulpit, y'all. Sorry about it. But I've discussed what I'm seeing here. And to me, it is clear that the collective decision for people who may not realize they have options, they have choices, they have power. They are making decisions that may keep them still feeling like they're not victorious, with unfinished business, getting gaslit, pulled into warring type energies. There's a sense of the rejection here. We're not moving on. We're not being able to, we're having trouble maintaining stuff, and we're feeling overall blah about it. That is the overall swath of energy that I'm looking at here, but it doesn't have to be. So let's see here, an overall guidance card. What's a universal guidance card? Knowing this, what is a universal guidance card for everybody? Okay, let's flip it. Knowing all of this that we have here, what is the... Okay, spill them all. I'm not taking it when we spill them all. There were 3 cards that fell over down here. 3 cards I think is reasonable, so we'll go ahead and do that. All right, I'll put them in the order that I see them in. Okay, so the first one, Ace of Swords in the upright, then 5 of Pentacles reverse, and Temperance card. So what I see as universal advice is get really honest with yourself and others. Now is the time for truth to be told. Your truth, your perspective. Don't let a larger narrative, a larger faceless narrative gaslight you and everyone around you when you know your truth. You know your own truth. You know it. You can be clear. You can reflect and be a critical thinker. So know your truth. And knowing your truth and sharing your truth with others, sharing your perspective with others, disempowers this faceless narrative that is not authentic to you. And it also takes you out of the lack mentality, because if we're falling for the gaslight and the bullshit sandwich, we're going to forever stay stuck here and here. We're going to stay stuck in these shitty, tumultuous energies, which inherently leaves us feeling a sense of lack, where we're like, oh, I'm just little old me. I can't control anything. What can I do? I'm just stuck in this shitty world, and I hate everything about this world, and, why am I even alive? Or, any of this nihilistic type things, people that get really nihilistic or apathetic, and they're like unmotivated to do anything, and it's like basically the foundation of depression. It's like, no, stop that, bump that, screw that shit. Your perspective, your truth. There needs to be more of that shared. More of that shared. And by sharing that, you will start bringing in more abundance and ending this lack. You will not feel like you are on your own out in the cold. No, you are part of something. You are not pushed out in the cold. You are the opposite of this. You are coming into the warm. You are creating, first of all, your own warm situation. But the Temperance card is saying, now is the time for this. This is divine timing. And she's in the upright. She's sitting here being like, hey, now. I'm pouring the cup now. Let's do this now. Now is the time. Now is of the essence. So I would say from these universal energies, the guidance very clearly states to me that we need to firmly root ourselves in our critical thinking perspectives so that we can just start being more authentic, more honest with ourselves, more honest with others. Instead of making yourself small and invisible so you don't rock the boat, whether it's in your personal life or, at work or anything like that. It's like, no. No more time to play it small. No more time to just kind of be quiet. This doesn't mean fight with people or at all. It just means don't disappear. Don't just shrink yourself, and don't be inauthentic. So if you're hanging out with people that you don't jive with, if you're doing activities that aren't where you want to go and what you want to do, it's like that's not serving anything. It's like, no, get real with yourself. Quit lying to yourself. If it's not working for you, stop. Because that's what's making you feel isolated and alone. So like you can actually feel abundance, connection, warmth, the antidote to all this isolationism that we've been dealing with, just by being more firmly rooted in your own truth. And now's the time. This is a very healing energy. So there is a lot of healing that will be coming as a result of all of this. There is there is healing energy to be had. And this is a positive energy to have in your subconscious. You know, people want this. This is what they want. They want the healing. They want the war to end all wars. So I see. But yeah, this is the spread. This is the spread, my lovelies. My lovelies. So I hope this is not like a bummer or like deflating to people, because we're seeing a lot of access to control in here. You're seeing empowerment threaded through this. It's just saying, you know, just be aware, think for yourself, don't fall for some bullshit, you know? You're smart, you know what's going on, and you have an opinion that is a worthwhile opinion that is certainly worthy of being shared. Thoughts, perspectives that are necessary and important in all of this. Out with it. Out with it. Woo! Okay, this is all y'all need. So I'm going to be doing other stuff. Y'all saw at the top of the video. I said some of my plans. So I'm going to be back making some videos with some of my other plans. So percolate on this for right here, right now, right here, right now. And y'all see me again. It's my aggravating ass. I'll be back. I'm going to be back. All right. I'll see y'all then. Bye for now.